because it helps him calm down. That's what's going on.
Okay, that's
I thought you were about to say something completely different.
I don't want to know what you think about Brian.
It's just the pause between the two words. Yeah.
Where's ODPD?
Yeah. The fucking little pause. It just helps him calm.
Dear.
Yeah, that's.
You probably shouldn't have sent me that, but oh gosh.
Okay.
Who was that sent to?
It was Bubba sent to Lucy.
Oh dear.
Wait, what is it?
What, the gun in the mouth one?
No.
Oh, what?
No.
Hello?
No, they. Yeah, he was floating. He was floating
I
with
do
cadets.
not want to see. Oh, stop
He
it.
was trying.
Stop
wait,
it
you
right
don't
now.
know
I'm not
about
joking.
this.
He was trying to reestablish the pipeline. Whilst also valuing them, and when we're all evil cretins that don't value them.
Wait, what kind of pipeline are we talking about?
The cadet
Like-
FDO pipeline
Yes.
that I dismantled with the help of Ruby and Gray.
What?
Tough times. Tough times.
Wait, I thought
real?
Frost wasn't that Frost? Didn't he did the if you search ERP in the report, he's got a 5-page document on it.
I'm sure he does.
It started with me demoting the person that led the pipeline.
The
Is
pipeline
that like 2 words? Pipeline?
That's a one word.
Oh.
Mhm.
I thought it was a double entendre.
What was
Have
the
you
Frost?
Ready to
not
take off?
been to the pipe room?
I got told not to go in there.
Right. Once you're in there, you're in the pipeline. Okay.
Okay.
Oh God.
I
Okay.
don't get it.
I got a shitload of notes, but I figured those might be better to highlight afterwards.
Yeah. My findings. I don't know what you guys want, but basically there is confirmation that I believe at least Lucy and Paul were in cohorts when we were interviewing them.
Yeah.
There are phone calls made after we got done interviewing Lucy to Paul. There's not much specifically in her text with Frodo. Let me just double check that.
No, there is. Wait, do you have
There's
the
only one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just ask? Has everything come in? The major one we were asking about last night was Bubba.
Bubba's
in,
did come
Lucy's
in.
is in.
Everything
Romania,
except for Frodo's.
Okay.
Off
It's a
the
channel
coast.
that there's units there.
On the 1st of April, Frodo did send that the charts to Lucy.
One thing to highlight there, it was the same day that
I did do it, yeah. It's been submitted.
did you notice the calls the day that was sent? There's a bunch of back and forth with Bubba and company about being disgruntled, for lack of a better word. So it almost shows that what ultimately landed this Saturday began back on April 1st. So this has been like a brewing thing, and it's very clear based on the texts and the timeline between the individuals.
Danielson's reviewing the last one right now.
Is he? Okay.
Thank God.
Yes, someone. I think that nobody is looking at 42902. It's not related to this.
Hey,
though.
Danielson.
Sorry, I'm just talking to Blunt. But,
Okay.
I'm just turning calling this.
someone else needs to look at 42902.
Oh yeah, Falconer, I believe, is looking at that one.
Okay, amazing.
Did you see anything else around that?
With
So I'll read my notes. Frodo sent the picture on April 1st at 4:13 p.m. following a call with Bubba. So that photo was not just sent; it was in relation to.
Oh, I don't have Bubba's records.
Oh,
Here, let me
I only
get
have
you- let me get
Lucy's.
you that.
oh. Key Ruby, do you have access to the subpoena tool?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I should look through everything.
Okay.
I think I would rather the information be given to us, or to me, that is needed. Does that make sense? I mean, I do have access to the tool.
Okay. We'll make sure all the records get around to everybody. So I'm gonna go and just highlight some things. I think that's gonna set the basis to keeping this conversation. You know, let's just say, listen, I like the tea as much as everyone else, but just to get focused on what y'all need in order to make the decisions that need to be made, including but not limited to criminal charges. So on April 1st, that photograph that we all have seen was accompanied with a phone call between Frodo and Bubba J. That's very obvious based on the phone calls. So phone call gets made, phone is hung up, and immediately these pictures are sent. It is only later that the cadets then received it. So Frodo sent it to Lucy. Lucy then sent it to the other cadets. The cadets received it on the day that Bubba J met with them. And in the words of Omar, in the event you have not listened to the interrogation yet, he called these individuals down in order to share his concerns. Omar was very forthcoming. His concerns seemed rather valid, but they were very small, like, hey, I'm not fitting in very well, etc., etc. And per his own statements, when Bubba J came down to join the cadets, that conversation turned into his concerns, to the extent that even by Omar's statements, it started to seem like, how do I put this? Over blemished, right? Discussions about the hounds, etc., etc. You will also notice that in this particular timeline, there is significant conversation about transfers. I will name them specifically on the 3rd, April 3rd. So remember, April 1st is the Bubba Frodo conversation, as well as the images. 2 days later, Gregory Johnson and Bubba are having a back and forth text conversation in which Bubba says, BCSO is looking real good. To which Gregory Johnson then responds, on God. To which they then, Bubba then responds that he has interest in the Ocean Police Department, but he's concerned that Pred and Carmine are going to screw the pooch. Then on the 3rd, that conversation then transpires with current Assistant Chief of Police, Haley Maxwell, discussing about the trouble that he's in and feeling a certain way about the PD, and wants to keep in touch in the event of a potential firing on the 4th. Now, if we look at our calendar, the 4th is literally hours before the shooting. So now I want to be very clear here that I'm not indicating that some of these individuals put Bubba up to it, but the main thing that I'm kind of putting on the table here is that this shit that started April, if not sooner, led to a snowball effect and ultimately the actions that Bubba then committed. The obvious concern here is one person does it. Will the next individual? Now, what is further odd. And I'm not going to delve too much into it, but obviously people met with Bubba post facto, right, from prison. There is a conversation between Voss and Bubba that's worth taking a look at. It almost looks like Voss actually sent Bubba a burner phone number. When he took a look, those set of texts, they are discussing after the shooting. And Voss
phone number.
Sorry?
A burner phone. Is it a number that doesn't match like anyone that we have on record or like officers or anything?
Wait, no, you said Jack Voss sent Bubba a phone number?
Yep.
Ends in 1045.
That's Kyle Pred's number.
Why don't I have that?
I'm sorry, I'm looking through this. He's contacted the hounds after the fact.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that. Whoa, let's hold that spice for. Wait, hold that spice for a second. That one gets real. Yeah. I was leading up to that. So. Well, yeah, good. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's reaching out to Sophie Sanders and Seamus McCarthy. He says, "You guys showed me something I've never seen before, never thought I would see before. Can I talk to you guys?" Seamus says, "Yeah, go ahead." And they have phone calls.
Yep.
Something I've never seen before. What, the cold darkness of death? Like, what are we talking about? The void?
I showed you my snout. Please respond.
Jesus.
Well,
I got to be honest. I'm a little lost. Who contacted the hounds?
Bubba J.
Bubba.
The guy that just got shot by McQuillan?
Yes.
And the guy that used one of the arguments as our PD spoke to the criminals before him.
That was a lie.
This was on Monday. So 2 days ago.
Wow.
When Oxby and I spoke to Bubba about the situation, this was at least a good 3 or 4 days later that he came on duty. He said to us, "I was just talking to some Hounds members an hour or two before, and everything seemed great. So I didn't think it was an issue if I stopped my car in their driveway." I'm like, this guy's nuts.
Yep. And then the admission of, and I told them this is our city and this is our block 5 times. The 5th time when they said, "I'll give you a chance to rephrase that." And he said the same thing again of his own admission.
So
I thought it was good. Yeah, that's who would have thought?
Well, the Hounds do have a couple of ex-cops right there. An ex-DOC.
Well, it's either he's joining or he might be putting out hits. Right? Either way, really bad. There's one other thing that kind of stood out. Is now I don't know anything about this because it's just so it was a situation between Lucy and someone named Rusty. Now this did come out in the questioning with Lucy, I think on the first day. But apparently Lucy has been getting kidnapped by Rusty.
Yes.
According to these texts, Rusty is targeting off-duty law enforcement officers. And he's suggesting that these kidnappings are for Frodo. Now, Rusty's a psycho, but when you read those specific texts, and V, I don't know if you got them up, but you should read that out loud. As psychotic as they might sound, they appear to have truths simply based on the way it's stated. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah. Second.
I read it as the opposite, that he was going to kidnap her, but then he wasn't because Frodo asked him not to.
Correct.
I read that as, "Hey, go do this shit." And it's like, "Oh, yeah, good idea." And then he goes, no, don't actually do that. Because why would he say it's for Frodo? Right? Where would that
Lucy-
thought even arrive from?
Lucy and Lucy told Key and I
Yeah.
that Frodo reached out to Rusty and said, "You need to stop messing with Lucy when she's off duty and taking her as hostage." He took her as hostage, shot her in the knees so she couldn't move, and re-tattooed an AK onto her forehead.
Oh,
And
okay.
so what happened again is that Frodo spun the narrative that High Command are going to fire you because of the tattoo, and Command are going to get rid of you because you keep getting taken hostage while off duty. This is where the spin comes from, where Frodo called Rusty and said, "You got to stop taking her hostage."
See, I see that as he did that shit. And just because it says that doesn't mean he actually did it. Like, that's too, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading into it.
I kind of think you may be as well, Knight. However, though, what I
Maybe
thought was
innocent.
concerning is that Frodo was telling Rusty that we're gonna fire her. That's what I got from that. Because she keeps getting taken hostage
Yeah.
off duty.
Yeah. So taking more information and sharing it with civilians now.
Yeah.
Well, with
if you
with
give-
criminals.
It's giving someone a means. Like, for example, if let's say me and Key didn't fuck with each other, right? And I wanted to see him dead. And I was like, man, definitely don't get Key over at the jewelry store where he's at right now. No, don't do it. Don't do that. Well, that's how that reads to me. Like, it's just the way it's worded in that text is just something's wrong.
I would say it's
Like, why would it be worded that way?
whole thing and then,
But I don't know.
Maybe I'm
I see that point. The only reason why I think that what I think this was is just quite frankly people just being too friendly across lines that we should never breach. You know, hey, I've called Rusty and spoke to him in a demeaning way before. because
Maybe I'm
he'll
tripping,
walk up
Chad,
and
but the
say,
way I
"Make
read that
me,
shit,
I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna kill everyone you love." And I've been on phone calls with him where he's called me and I said, "Listen,
It's
you step
adding
out of line, you're
details
going to
in a
prison for life.
statement
I'll
that
make
are
it done. You know, I'll get it
unnecessary.
done." But I've never called someone like that and pleaded
In a normal
hey,
text
can you
conversation.
please not take Brian hostage again? I'm gonna have to fire him if he gets caught again off duty. And then them say, yeah, okay. That type of dynamic
Exactly.
I don't understand. Because what that is I never asked him to take Brian hostage, but the fact that I can say stop doing that and that has weight doesn't
Yep.
make sense to me. It's not
I
it's
agree.
very odd. And the fact that then Rusty texts her that and says, hey, like, Frodo told me you're going to get fired if I keep doing it, implying that he will stop at a request, is odd. That gentleman Rusty hates this department with a passion. He has threatened death upon me and Ruby and every one of the officers in Shift 2 thousands of times.
Oh, okay. That gives me
Like
more context.
He'll come around and he will tell me that tomorrow will be a bad day, and then you'll get on duty and there will be consecutive 13 alphas of stabbings and molotovings just chained like 5 or 10 in a row. That's what Rusty is.
The fact that Frodo called him and said PD does not want officers to be off duty. Frodo called me and told me not to. While I want to kidnap you and toss you off the Maze Bank Tower, watch you fall to your timely death, it will ruin cops like you who have a life off duty. What did Frodo? I'm only doing this for Frodo.
Yeah, see, that's the line where I'm like, there's more to this situation. It's almost, I don't know. For me, it's like these are lines being said to ensure that Frodo does not get in trouble. You know, like, hey, he's not putting me up. I don't know. Separate related question. Just based on those texts and what I heard here, how is this guy not in for serial assaults and killings? I read that shit about off-duty officers, and it made my blood boil. Like, if you're going after off-duty officers intentionally, I'm going to end your life. Legally.
He is as bad as close to the cusp as you can get. The only thing that saves Rusty is Ruby. What I'm talking about is that his appearances are intermittent. You know, he'll be gone for 3 months and then back for a week of hell.
Oh,
that's
I
probably
see.
his only saving grace.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Rusty Bumblebee?
That's the one.
Yes.
Man Rusty.
I've shot him with a shotgun.
Is this like the League of supervillain type shit, or
It's
He
it's a
helps
similar
them.
vein, you know. Similar vein.
understood? Okay.
They're loosely affiliated. It used to be Rusty, Wayne Freeman, Amron, TV Man, and there was one other guy who Slaps. Is it Slaps Ruby?
Yeah, STD.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yuri
and
Popov.
Yuri Popov. Yeah, Yuri was a part of them, and then has his own stuff. But they are knife stabbings, Molotovings, running into the sewers on repeat. That's their MO.
Oh my god. That.
Yeah.
They're related to Frodo. No?
I know he was
I-
investigating them.
I'm
at
not
one
sure
point.
what you're talking about,
Yeah, I'm not-
Knight.
Oh.
I have
Oh, I
no
just-
Family
idea.
ties?
Sorry, I thought that's where you guys were going with that. All right. All right. Well, shit.
Okay. Yeah, there was
Yo, I'm having way too much fun with
There
this. I
was
need to
a
be
coon-
serious.
like,
These guys are. I might be changing the vibe a
cooperation
little
between
bit.
Frodo and Bubba with this whole chart thing for sure. From Bubba's text, he's very close with Lucy.
Oh, man, I had a
kinda
good
doesn't
fucking
really like bother with
dinner.
Paul that much. But Paul and Lucy are close. And Bubba is somewhat close with Frodo. But we kind of knew that. We kind of knew that, you know, Bubba is within the Peach faction. It's always Peach, Frodo, and Bubba. Other than that, like, I don't really know what else on Bubba's end that we're really looking for. However, on Lucy's end, there's a couple concerning things. It's good that you brought that up. I didn't know about the tattoo being re-tattooed on our forehead. I was going to come forward with that, saying that she lied about getting it removed because there's photos of her like on the 31st of the 1st with the tattoo on her forehead. But if it was re-tatted on her,
Yes.
that's fine. She's part of a group called the Toy Box, apparently.
Lucy?
Never
Mhm.
heard of it.
What is
Mhm.
that?
Wait, there's a text message to Rafi about the toy box.
There's a bunch everywhere.
Wait, so was that a meeting?
Jojo, it's a meeting. Jojo, Patrick, Desol, Raffi, a couple other people. From what I understand,
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
from what I understand, they're like a offspin of the Clown Rejects.
No, Rupert is part of it as well. When he's off duty and he puts his uniform on, they all dress up as different toys from, you know, maybe that famous movie. They all dress up as different toys and they're like civilian vigilantes that if they see crime, they call it.
That's
Remember, we
Gotcha.
saw
Yes,
them in
they
a
came.
car.
Okay.
No, they came to a
Yes.
meeting once, and I had them introduce
What
themselves, and they said
the
their powers.
Yes,
I remember.
that's right.
Okay. Well, when I was reading it, I thought it kind of reads Bubba's a part of it too. By the way.
What?
Yep.
What
One of the
toy is
texts.
he?
Okay, hold on.
Wooden spoon.
Yeah, that one to me, what the toy box reads like, the best way I would describe it is like a 99% MC, where it's potential possible that they are involved in some, you know, less than friendly activities, but I think more than likely it's a labeled organization.
Did he
of
mean
threats.
1%?
Because yeah, we have actually interacted with them.
Wait, did
as
he
a
say
group multiple
99%
times, even
or
prior to their
1%?
hiring.
I think I heard 99%.
He's Juicy Santa that wants to give toys away.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oof. I just gotta.
This is
Shiver down my
unrelated to
spine.
the goon room, right?
No, probably related in some way. You don't want to think too hard on that one, Brian.
Okay.
That was back to the cadet house. That was, oh god.
Well, you know, I don't know like what sphere, you know, the cadet houses and what sphere the toy boxes in, you know.
I think
they're minor
that-
nodes.
I think that the cadet house is a major node, and I think that the toy box would be a minor node with a bridge node between them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne, you got to make sure to share the rank list with them.
I don't
Very
remember.
important
I
information.
sort of, okay, besides Lucy being his, like Omar's like ranked 1, I don't know the rest.
Rank 1 in what?
Oh, Omar ranked the occupants of the cadet house from biggest to smallest gooner.
Yeah.
Okay, can we stick on crimes and termination? I don't need to hear about that.
I want to like sort of repoint out a common theme here, which is kind of why I did, and I don't want to keep pointing at this, the relationship with Rusty, etc. in specific, but rather in lieu of everything else. The common theme in these text messages, because if you remove the toy box, if you remove the fishing, all these pieces.
What's the fishing?
They like
They
to
hung out
fish.
after
Yeah.
meetings and go after we talked to them and went fishing. Paul and
Yeah.
her,
So
I believe.
Paul and Lucy?
That's all that we
yeah.
have like substantial evidence on.
Keep in mind as well, I really don't want to have to bring this up, but it is somewhat relevant. There's a whole dynamic where Paul is in love with Lucy, and Ruby might know more because I remember listening to
It's
her
the
deal with her
ex-wife.
once.
Yeah, there's
Is that what the
texts.
relationship is?
Yeah,
So
there's
What?
they mention in their text messages like you're my
Yeah.
ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baba has a fishing license.
Yep. And another thing that came out is what's the one? Paul Jr. Believes that there's a deer in the wilderness, presumably up in the forest by Polito, that he has befriended and takes care of, and has conversations with Lucy about forgetting him, and like it's kind of cooked. I'm gonna be honest with you. That motherfucker should not have a gun.
Yeah, and
'cause,
Lucy
like-
is talking to an AI robot.
Yeah.
To
No,
Paul's
the
text.
AI robot's real. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It's real.
Blunt. We saw him the other day. Remember when Pred and Jeb said they were gonna shoot him up on the golf cart? That's the AI robot.
That wasn't what?
Yeah, you know
I
the
do not
guy that
recall.
showed up next door, passenger side door with the helmet.
Are you sure I was with you?
Oh, who was it? It was someone else. Okay. Anyways, my point there, if you take all these, to go back to what I was saying earlier, was if you take all these text messages together and you remove the phishing, you remove the toy box stuff, you remove some of the casual back and forth, like, hey, take me out. There is a theme of not just disgruntlement, but a lot of talk about, I'm going to get fired for this. I'm going to get fired for this. But with it, a reflected statements of like manufactured reasons to get fired. Does that kind of am I making sense here? Like, it is not,
Yes.
it is odd that Rusty's talking about fucking firing, and these are ways you're going to, it's almost like a get scared program, right? It's like they're scaring these cadets into thinking that, hey, I'm the nice guy and all these people are evil. And then when it's not good enough, I think this motherfucker putting up criminals to do shit against him, right? Because it doesn't otherwise make sense.
I don't know about that part, but the dynamic is literally villainizing and creating a space where the only people you can trust are the ones that are stabbing you in the back. That is by design. That is what it is. Don't trust command. Don't trust high command. They're not giving you the time of day. They're not coming and going off duty and coming to your cadet house party. Lucy said that to us in the interview when we told her that if she lied to us, she was going to get fired. She decided to bring up, I wish we could be closer and you would come off duty and come to my cadet party at the Goon House. And where would you get an idea that in a professional workplace, the CEO would come and spend time with you as a fucking entry-level janitor? The only way they get these ideas is someone's telling them what's right. One of Lucy's complaints is the FTOs always tell me that I need to work on this, but then when I get in the car with them, a different FTO, they don't let me drive or they don't let me do what I asked of them. Yeah, because they're the educator. The educator knows what you need. That's why they're the educator. If you tell me, Brian, I don't need to do math, and I say 4 + 4, and you say fucking 2, I say, yeah, we're doing math. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. She has been spun, Lucy specifically, an entire web of lies that basically completely shifts her expectations into a world of disillusion where Frodo and Bubba are the only ones that know what's going on, and we are not to be trusted. And she said
100%.
verbatim, I trust them more than I trust you. to myself and Ruby.
Well, let me ask you
And
guys
I
a
was
pointed question.
Speechless.
Do y'all fire people for going off duty?
No.
Never.
No.
But these text messages are alluding to that, and a criminal is saying, but you're going to get fired for this, so I'm going to do this. Do you see my point of complicity? Like,
well, we've also told her too at the same time is it's
Yes.
not them being off duty, it's them being around, living their life and making no effort to come work a job that we have,
It's a privilege to have. The
a
problem
privilege to have.
is, the problem is, and this is how I would spell it out to them, and how it should have been spelled out. Lucy was hired, and in 5 weeks, she queued up 5 times. We had another cadet, the one that they refer to as the Golden Boy, Joe Mathers, that was hired. He did 8 consecutive ride-alongs, learnt the SOPs and common laws before even being given keys, and then once he was hired, in 6 days, did 5 sessions. And then they say, why did he get promoted? Why did he that? Lady, because he did the amount of sessions you did in 5 weeks in 6 days. That's why he got promoted sooner. The problem isn't that Lucy goes out and goes off duty and has fun. The problem is she complains about not moving forward quick. We have an expectation. This job is a privilege. And to see a cadet out there frolicking around while coming on duty once a week, I did the math. It's like something like 1.3 times a week was her amount of times queued per week for 5 weeks straight. That's the problem. It's balancing life with work and showing that you want to be here. That's what we expect. Gray, listen, Gray is a prolific off-duty enjoyer, right? Man's lived a full life. I do not fault Gray for it. That is it. You know, I'm sure you've got people that enjoy going off-duty. It is not a problem. But if they're foregoing their expectations of their job, then it becomes something of, well, which is it, right?
Y'all go off-duty.
Yeah, I totally have an off-duty life, sir.
Springfield's
totally.
in here. I know Springfield does. I got you, Springfield. I know.
Oh,
What's the outside world like?
Like the last 2 days, I don't know.
I think the issue for me is that we have had, PNT meetings where command attend like we should, and we listen to what's going on and we give advice. And Frodo and Bubba have taken that advice and they have spun it in a certain way. And instead of helping the cadets and encouraging them to come on duty and have scheduled sessions, they've gone and said, "Command are
Chat,
going
let's
to
say
fire
another
you
word. There's
because
a.
of
I
this,
don't want.
this and this," and that's
Great
a
email.
no-no.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite of what their job's meant to be. And we break our backs every day telling people that they're doing well, telling people that we want them here. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. Here's what you can improve on. Anything you need, please call, chain of command, etc. And then these scum, which is what they are, I don't care, go and tell these cadets who look up to them that they're going to be fired as long as and the only thing keeping them here is following along with the plan. I'll take care of you. It's straight up manipulation. It's abuse of authority. It is utilizing a position of power given to you in trust, not only by the state, but by us as command, and using it to ruin the careers of these people and potentially implicate them in a crime. It is so far away from the opposite of what we expect from officers that it's beyond shocking. It's appalling.
Quick note. The
I'm gonna be
Frodo files have been
nonverbal for a
uploaded.
minute. Yeah, I'm gonna be nonverbal.
Oh, they have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In lieu of looking at those, I there may be more there that points at some of the criminality of Frodo. But to kind of summarize, at least mine, obviously we're not here to recommend what y'all's decisions are. But to me, Omar, the guy is he's not interested in this fuckery. Everything, he's so forthcoming during his interview. Lucy is part of this manipulation thing. There's words I want to use, but I know they have different meanings in the UK, so I'm going to avoid using them. And I don't know of an alternative. But this is a system that that Frodo and Bubba put together. In my opinion,
the charts. Sorry.
There is Lucy has been very culpable simply reading through the text messages and the timeline. And Paul is also involved. I don't think you want to keep any of them. In terms of Frodo, I would argue that there is the possibility of probable cause for evidence tampering. The deletion of those photos, mentally, he would have had to have been like, oh shit, I need to delete these so no one sees it to hide what it is that I was doing. By deleting those...
Deleting what? Deleting...
Oh, the
have I
sphere. The sphere
The
photos.
spheres of influence, the original upload of the spheres of influence was deleted. And
What?
also, yes, also, if you look at Frodo's incidents and reports, going through them, they are cleansed. Like his evidence and reports
What?
are also like image not found. A profile for a lot of them. I'm
What?
looking
Are
through
you
them
sure?
now. I'm positive.
Yes.
The thing is that some of them are, but they're of you know, a different service provider. But all of the ones stemming from that same service provider are now gone or 99% gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Wait!
And
Hold
the
on.
reason why the reason why I realized this is because Paul Boblin is one of our cadets, unrelated to this. And if you look at staff, he's at the top, and it showed image not found. Look at staff, and you'll see what I mean. And then I thought Frodo onboarded him, so I've been looking through his incidents and reports, and they are cleansed.
Yep.
Yeah. So I will tell you this, and I went diligently through this initially when I had my suspicions, is that those ones that Frodo had previously uploaded were working. The only two gone, and I verified this, were the two influence ones. If you are now saying that all of them are gone,
Holy shite.
Yeah, and the problem is with this, right? I'm not sure how I could articulate this in court because it's going to get real strange real quick. But
I'll do
if the image server is down, what it does is the image just doesn't load. But these images are deleted. They are not found. The service is up, but the image is gone.
Oh,
they are manually deleted.
We already got you. Like I said, we documented the shit out of it. We have copies. We have the text messages with the URL in display with the photo showing. So in order to have removed it, you would have to have manually done it. And this can be simply verified by saying, these don't work, these ones do. Could you point me at something that is now also deleted?
Yeah. Incident 24054.
24054.
24054. That's March.
Gone.
But I tell you what's worse is it was just foiled by Samantha Sanders and is going to court. Incident 24635 from the 29th of March is going to court. And they're gone.
These were here before.
No, they're gone now.
These were here yesterday. Like,
he's deleted his account because you need an account with certain providers.
Is he utilizing a different like service now?
A different cloud service than mine.
Well, no. I mean now, like, does he? Oh, but he hasn't been on duty.
He hasn't been on duty. So whilst he's been off duty, the spheres were taken. You know, the spheres were gone, and now you presumably checked some of his other incidents just to confirm that it wasn't a one-off, and it became a one-off. But now, every piece of information he has utilized as a VGY is gone. And I understand the process of deleting a certain, image before because I've done that. But all of them, that's bad. That's not good for him. We are now liable for these cases, like the Samantha Sander ones.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Gray?
Continue. This is fucking insane.
What, the Frodo stuff? Yeah.
Yes, this is crazy.
The thing is now is that evidence tampering is a guarantee. I just don't see any type of universe. I just don't. I don't see an outcome that you could get away from this because you would need a very awkward conversation in court to explain how this happened on accident, given we have a timeline of the spheres disappearing.
That's where I come in. I'll say whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say whatever, but I think I think it can be said in a non-awkward way.
I think there's a pretty established precedent of how these things work that we could comfortably tackle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's evidence tampering, and let's just say it is intentional, right? Which I believe it is. It is sabotaging every single, well, a huge majority of cases, anything that he's processed in the past, how long? I don't know, 5 months, 6 months, are all now null and void, and we can never recover those. Those things are gone forever. Like, they're not coming back. So anything that he's touched and processed, the LSPD is now completely liable for, and kind of have no defense.
Did he also put himself in the site's impeachment as well with this?
Oh
Not
my
just criminal charges,
brother!
and
I'm like
what he's
2
done
seconds
affected
in. Wait, what the
such
fuck?
a huge footprint on the cases.
This is a month ago.
Should it be necessary, and he's not just terminated from law enforcement. But I will leave you all to inform them of the
I think
other
he
things that you
certainly
found.
guaranteed himself and Bubba.
I want him. Great.
He was fired, guaranteed a week ago. We're trying to find out what we're charging.
This is worse.
crazy.
I only just started reading this. This guy was conspiring with a felon while actively a law enforcement officer.
Yes.
What the fuck is this? This is like a den.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain,
Oh my God.
explain.
We need to.
I'm
We
all
need,
over the place.
we need to give them. They need to look at this.
Out.
Which
What?
Brett said, "Go
No.
and do it to her."
No, you please tell me you're joking.
Someone,
Was he
someone
calling?
help.
Wait. Was he? Gray. Was he on the phone with Crystal yesterday? Was he calling her yesterday? If he was calling Crystal yesterday while we had her in the LSPD warehouse after what happened, I am going to burst a blood vessel.
I can't really say I don't see it, but I'm not through everything yet. When you got promoted to captain, you remember that notebook that she made for you?
Yo, what
Yes,
the?
I remember the notebook.
He said that.
Whose text messages are you looking at? Frodo with who? Lex?
Pred. Kyle Pred. Chief of
Pred.
Yes.
Wait, how?
So Blunt.
He said that he's going to. Sorry. Go ahead.
Blunt just sent me this. If I'm looking at the timeline, Frodo texted Kyle Pred after we were shot down, correct?
Yes, based on this timeline, it would be about an hour or two after about 2 hours after the incident.
Goodness.
When was this?
The 5th, which is
This
midnight.
is the howdy chief.
Yes. He says, "Fuck shift 2. I want to transfer." Right after they were all shot down, the night of.
So 3 days ago, and I don't know whether to laugh or cry right now.
I'm pretty sure
these graphs were made
sphere
probably
is-
on the 1st.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ones on
he
the first
sent
he
it
sent
to-
Pred, those are the same links.
We sent it to Pred, Maxwell, and Carmine.
Fuck it out.
What was the day? Was that the
Fred's-
day it came into being?
Yeah, April 1st, 2026 at
Oh my
4-ish
God, it's
PM
a
Eastern
joke.
time.
We
That- I mean,
forgot
yeah, it could
that
have
was
been
the
an
biggest
April
April
Fool's
1st
joke.
joke.
April Fools.
April Fools.
He really
Fools.
should have told Bubba. He should have told Bubba April Fools is over before we had that meeting. It's a shame.
You guys didn't know this whole thing
Yo,
was just
this
April Fool's,
is
right?
insane. What the fuck?
Ha, gotcha.
Oh, he was doing stuff with Hydra too, John Hydra.
I got no idea how the hell you guys hired Hydra, bro. Like, that's crazy to me.
We didn't.
Oh.
He did.
Wait, who did?
Frodo. He
Oh my
rehired him.
God.
Literally, he just walked into the lobby, into the kitchen one day. I said hello. He goes, "Oh, hey hey Ruby, it's Hydra. I've been asleep in the locker for the last 2 months."
Hydra was, I knew him back in the day. He was a entertaining in SIPs, but holy fuck, everything is compromised if he's in your department or even hired.
Yeah,
I forgot
our
some of
department
the
was compromised for a long time.
Yeah.
We only got access to be able to rehire without any type of needing to ask a higher power around when I was made captain. I'm unsure if Ruby had the ability to before, but up until Peach stepped down, I and Ruby had nothing more than a rebuttal when people were hired. So they just walked them in the door. Yeah, they just walked them in the door.
Yeah, under Kyle, he put Peach as PNT lead, and she had Aaron and Frodo helping her. Pred said to me that I could hire who I wanted, but it had to go through, Peach and Frodo anyway, which was a pain in the ass. I pushed a couple of people through, but I really I wasn't really allowed to do anything with PNT.
Yo, this is crazy.
I gotta be honest. I told Rhodes when he accepted the position, I told him, please remove Frodo, and he said no. Frodo's great. He's good. He's really good at PNT. So I'm a little bit pissed at the moment, but
the problem is that
that fucking Casey's got Amron Rose is trying to put out a fucking hit on the prosecutor.
Oh my!
What?
Bruh, look at these Amron Rose texts. This guy is cooked.
From what day?
Oh my god, she says, "Do you want me to kill Samantha Sanders?"
You want to know what the bad part is, Brian? I want you to think about this. Amron just recently stabbed Bubba as a result of Bubba gloating about shooting all of us. And Amron was proud of it and told us about it. And that's a really bad look for me, hypothetically, if someone's stabbing an ex-cop because I got shot.
Well, hold on. If you read the statement, it's actually my name and not yours.
Well, either way, Amron is already speaking to Frodo about stabbing people on his behalf, and then something that suits Frodo's narrative happens involving Amron involving a stabbing.
Fuck?
Not good.
Who is Amron Rose?
She's a member of the Crackheads. The Crackheads is disbanded.
What
but it's those
the
people.
fuck is going on?
It's Rusty, Wayne Freeman, Amron, and they are all lunatics. Amron is the same as Rusty. She will intermittently disappear. She always says that she's staying in Parsons, but then they come back.
I know you don't buy it, but I'm telling you right now, brother, like, after what you just said and I read these texts, Frodo 100% like getting these guys to do shit for him. Like, there ain't no reality that these people would so openly say this if those relationships didn't exist.
But he does it through manipulating and through words and through gaslighting people into thinking that what they're going to do is good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea who this guy even is. Also, I'm starving to death. Does anyone have any food?
Do you remember the report I showed you, Vale? It was that guy.
Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn's got it.
I just don't know who Frodo is. I don't know.
He's shifter head of PNT. He's a quiet
this is crazy.
Reserved officer.
Props to him for having all these
doesn't really focus on the outgoing parts of policing. Just
to be honest,
more on the mentoring.
Like this is shocking
that's Frodo,
shit.
In a nutshell, as an officer.
Oh dear.
He says roll tide a lot.
Frodo has been someone that I know without a shadow of a doubt has lied to my face. But just like Ruby said before, there's been no way for me to do anything. There's been no way for me to put the boot down on someone like Frodo for as long as I've had any authority, because people just don't believe that he could do the things that I knew and now know we know that he did. So to everybody else in the different shifts that don't interact with him point to point,
he's deleted the account. That is crazy.
The lovable child, the golden boy of educating. But the reality is when you meet with him and you experience reprimand and problems, he is the most overt snake of all time. But if I were to just oust him and fire him, maybe 2 months ago, there was a discussion where he pulled all the FDIs aside when Peach was still the head and said, don't listen to our command. They don't know what they're talking about. They're out of touch with the shift and we're going to hire who we want. That was a discussion he had. When I found out about it and I was a captain, I thought to myself, we should have fired him then. But if we did, all of these people would have been confused. We wouldn't have known. You know what I mean? We would have had to justify that, and it would have caused more problems than good.
I don't think you.
But now it turns out he's been doing far worse than what I knew the entire time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So he absolutely. Y'all are right about the deleting the account, because all these other photos in these text messages that he sent are gone.
Yeah, everything he's touched. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, just to put it out there one final time, if the image service is down completely, it doesn't say that they're not there. They just won't load. And we all know the difference.
Blank, right?
Two different things.
I agree.
I just can't get. I mean, these are FOIA'd incidences with no evidence now.
Oh no,
pretty
yeah, that's. Listen, Ruby, like I'm being serious. I don't know if the charge stacks, but we might have to stack him with compounded evidence tampering.
I
Because
agree.
every single case he's prosecuted is now null and void, and if they're contested, we have no choice, depending on his contribution, but to just default to, well, we don't have the evidence.
100%.
Okay. Here's my question. How did he know to delete the charts?
Well, you've got Bubba, Lucy, and Paul, who were all in cahoots and told him that shit wasn't looking too good and that they tried to cover for him. And then I imagine Lucy consented to a subpoena. Lucy
That's what it
consented to a
is.
subpoena.
He's cooked.
Consenting to subpoenas.
When Lucy said they told me to consent, that's when he would have found out that the phones were compromised. Because he never would have anticipated us subpoenaing phones. Like, he never would have known. There's no way he would have anticipated that. So Lucy contacted him and said, I consented to my phone being subpoenaed. And as a result, he wiped all evidence he's ever contributed, including the spheres.
The second she got
That's
off, or she
bizarre.
got off the interview with us, she made phone calls. I think it was the pawn. I think. Oh, who else it was?
From what I remember, an hour after the shooting incident, she sent him the text saying, hey, I need to talk to you. Come to the cadet house alone. I
Yep,
tried to keep your
that
name out
happened
of
too.
it. Yeah.
Can I completely change gears for 1 minute? Key, I've really got to get out of here soon. Can I bend your ear for 5 minutes in the
Come to the side. Come to the side.
Yeah, I just need to.
Hey, yo,
brief
we
Key on
had
something, and I will be
50-50 on
back.
evidence tampering. Now this is like cut and dry beyond a reasonable doubt evidence tampering. I don't give a fuck if yes, some of those things can be recovered, but this is on the docket removal of evidence. I don't give a fuck if it can be reproduced. The actual docket is now altered with intent, right?
Well, it's corruption. Sorry,
you know
to
what's
interrupt
crazy?
It's
Yes.
corruption
Oh.
point 3, specifically interfering with investigations or court proceedings to protect oneself or others.
Yep.
Hold on, I need to see if this. I mean, we're going to have to do some cross-referencing whether some of these incidences that he has photos in are on the docket. I know the first one is on the docket, but the fact that this particular one that I shared with you all has been FOIA'd, that in itself is enough, correct?
Oh, I'm in a big meeting, but go ahead.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. All right.
Because
This
this
is actually
incident-
So
nuts.
apparently,
How
Frodo
much
also
he
told
has
Polo that he needs to be retrained as a FTO or FTI, and this was
Well, we
after
can be offered to
you
them.
brought to my attention that
This is
they had a meeting
actually
and Polo
fucking
told Oxley, right?
insane.
This was like months ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like this is how Frodo is trying to punish him.
So my
my take.
My question now is between marshals and LSPD is logistics. Is LSPD taking this evidence? Are these marshal subpoenas? Are these LSPD subpoenas? Are you guys going to be charging? Because where are we at?
I think this should be uniform front, like collectively. I think you're talking about Frodo and pushing these charges.
Correct.
I think right here in this room, we feel that these are the charges. I would say that that we continue to do this jointly. I think that's important. From here, I'm gonna ask that both Jong and V continue working together on this together, since they have the most amount of information, both in terms of subpoenas and whatnot, and collate what we have on Frodo, and then secondly, do a audit of every docket incident report that has now been affected. And that will give a baseline set of charges. If we want to do extra credit, this is also now delayed discovery. Given, this is going to sound insane, but we may not even need to produce this exact evidence, just give some examples of it, that by virtue of deleting that account, even reports that are older than 30 days, which a citizen can FOIA, now does not have evidence that he previously collected and people have the right to access. He's done. He's done. So
I mean, yeah, it's clear cut corruption that's non-expungible. It's
Yeah,
At least for 9
he's,
months. At least for 9
he's
months.
he's blacklisted from any type of law enforcement. That's a fact.
he won't be able to get this off his
Ah.
record if he's convicted of it, because it's
Yeah.
key. While you and Vale were gonna, if you look at corruption point 3 or section B3, simply
Wait.
interfering with investigations or court proceedings to protect
Mhm.
oneself or others.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's
Yeah.
chopped.
Wait, Blunt. Also, is corruption one of the exempted ones that could be
No,
expunged?
it cannot be
Yeah.
expunged.
Oh, so with murders, oh my.
That's the
Oh,
point.
yeah.
is if you
Would,
get convicted
um,
of corruption, you can never hold a government position again because you can never get that expunged.
you know
if
what?
if we push this, corruption trumps the evidence tampering, right? This is like there's no
It'd be-
No, 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 no.
corruption umbrella.
You'd want both, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so the evidence tampering is a crime, but it's correlated with the corruption.
Yeah, understood.
Look at corruption as sort of like an enhancement in this situation because of how big of a footprint it's.
Yeah,
affected
because you know
everything.
I understand. It's like when you get caught with 30 guns. It's the charges for the guns plus weapons trafficking or whatever you get stockpiling.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Attempted murder
Fair
plus FAFO.
I'm going to be honest here too. Okay, so Blunt, could you help these guys collate all that into something beautiful? The other thing I'm going to float here, and this is earmark this, but don't have this anywhere near priority. Contemplating getting his account frozen until the end of the court proceedings, given the fact that this is going to turn into a class action lawsuit that we will do on the behalf of the citizenry.
Oh yeah.
Because law enforcement cannot be sued over all those FOIAs. It's coming from him because this is innately malicious, right?
This is so bad that we might end up on the same side as Samantha Sanders.
We already
Oh
are.
no.
Oh, I already.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, we're
What
on
if we
clean
just hire her to
slate.
prosecute
are.
this? It's perfect.
He's a
Oh
citizen.
shit!
He also
This is
already
our
has a
legal
bunch
aid,
of-
and we bring her in.
he has a bunch of calls to Maxwell from like the 4th to the 6th, so I'm sure
Well, he
she's
also
in his ear
he
too.
also has him texting Pred and saying, "Howdy, Pred, please let me into ODPD," and then getting left on red like 3
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah, we had those photos of them meeting on the 5th, I think.
Oh, the 5th is the day.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Kyle Pred was sent the spheres on the day
Yes.
that they were.
There's
Yeah.
2 images that are sent to him. I guess that's what you're talking about. The spheres. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
we
what
would
they
be
are.
able to find
those are the
the
links for the
original.
spheres. Yeah, those are the links
Yep.
for the spheres.
I don't know what the spheres are.
The spheres of influence.
Val, you
Oh,
might
it's,
just be a
uh,
minor node like me.
Influence?
Wait, Vale, on the subpoena you signed off, it should have a copy of them. I backed up the sphere copies.
Oh.
Before that happened.
Which
I had-
subpoena?
It's the 40. If you check 45-100.
I saved a copy of them because I thought they were hilarious.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
You
no,
should
I
see the
can't.
should have
I
seen
can't
Rhodes'
see
reaction
them.
when he saw
I
him.
did
I've
take a
never
look at
heard
it
him
earlier
so
on. Do you know
shocked in my life.
Which evidence it is?
it should
Oh,
be
I
sphere
see it.
1 and 2.
Oh, but like once it's signed
Okay.
and all that stuff. The
Oh,
evidence
if you
can't see.
just
Just
you
go to the
search
evidence
sphere in
tab.
evidence,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
so
Ruby, Key, Oxby, Frodo. Frodo's a major influencer. What the fuck? Yeah, no, I did kind of gloss over this.
don't worry, I only influence myself.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be a minor node.
Let's talk game plan, if we could, because I need to get this straight in my head. I'm a little bit I'm angry and sad combined.
I think that SASM and LSPD should work together on this. Blunt, I'm going to continue overseeing it as y'all two have. From the sense of, from a like administrative perspective, Blunt is going to work directly with V and Jong here. The three of us should continue, the four of us should continue like poking them, make sure this is moving along. Today we absorb. Going into tomorrow, there should be a breakdown of the charges surrounding Frodo. In other words, all the key pieces of evidence. Let's start a investigative report so that all that information is collated. The second step is collating all the affected docket, incident, and regular reports. The third step is just a couple instances of reports and incidents older than 30 days is fucked. We then, once all that is there, bring in Frodo. Now, the reason he has to come afterwards, we can do it before and be the nice guys, but I don't think this is one of those things you want to do, is after that information comes in and you have all the bullets, we bring him in, give him an option. He's probably going to deny it, at which stage docket. You know what I mean? In advance of that, I would recommend y'all suspend him pending investigation. Y'all have the direct authority to do so. Upon our department, with y'all's cooperation, get all the material ready, we post it to the docket, he will at that point be completely circumvented completely, right? So does that kind of answer, does that sound pretty good? Or feel free to alter any of my suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, on administrative leave for what, two full days? Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I suppose we should reach out and say something.
I don't think you need to. He knows.
Is there anything that we could?
Hell no.
Is there anything regarding to the investigation that we could put at a detriment? What more can he sabotage if we alert him that he is now suspended under investigation?
I would just continue the suspension. The problem is because, like, okay, so here are the other alternatives and the side effects that could arise. By continuing to suspend him, he's in limbo, right? Hey, this is let him guess. The second is if you fire him, the problem is he will transfer with no consequence. He'll have that opportunity to go do God knows what else, right? He will go to ODPD. He may go to BCSO. Now we've created a situation where this more ears know what's going on in advance of a docket posting. Mm-hmm.
He will not go to the BCSO. I'm not the snake type person, but I promise you, I'll give Ventura a singular discussion. There's zero chance, zero possibility.
You're not wrong. Well, I was trying not to point out the obvious elephant in the room, but he's going to go to ODPD.
Yeah, but the elephant's
and it's going to turn.
Real quick.
So that you might see fucking reports get deleted. You know what I mean? Like if you're willing to delete all this shit, you're going to delete reports at that stage. You know what I mean?
Springfield?
Real quick, who was it the other day that we were watching them and they had their car reported stolen? You remember the suspect in that one shooting?
Joey Irons.
Joey Irons.
And,
Okay,
he said that Joey tried to pin the shooting of Bubba on Frodo. He said that I lost the gun and Frodo had the car.
We have someone looking into that right now.
It was mostly because in our subpoena tool, his number got overridden. I was trying to figure out whose number this was, and I just saw a message in these lists that reminded me who it was.
I'm going to throw a third one in, Knight. Key and I have a talk to him. We say you're suspended. He says, I quit. He goes to ODPD and he gets hired.
That is gonna be a tough one because unfortunately the I don't want to get into it, but a lot of the safeguards that existed were dismantled, which requires probable cause and a full docket posting in order to circumvent someone joining government. And
is
doing
there
things.
no, like, when we terminate, because he there's no way that he can say you can't fire me, I quit. That's not how that works, surely.
It does. This is an at-will state. But for the future, we now have what would he say now? Blunt, 5 instances where this loophole is being abused, which I think we need to put forward back to the state, because I still genuinely do not believe we would not have been given an opportunity to fight that back. So,
I'm just looking ahead, and I'm thinking if we meet with him and we say, hey, we're going to be changing your suspension now to suspended, under investigation. We're removing your keys and access. He can literally just say, I quit.
he can,
Which is fine.
yeah,
Who
which
cares
is,
if he does that?
well, you're missing Ruby's point, is that she's suggesting that he will then just get rehired, and then you're going to have the T-sipping department over Dramatic PD who's going to say, poor Frodo, here's your job, and now you're, like, these lunatics will exactly make him a captain.
Yeah, he's gonna have all his access back and more, and then can continue to do what we're about to charge him for with impunity.
There
until
is
the docket hits.
There is another option here, and I don't mind hitting the nuclear option, because I don't really give a fuck. But we can do blunt, worst case scenario if you want to run it back, if they ask nicely. But it's going to be more than having to be nice. You have no idea how miserable those 2 months were. We can, as soon as we have enough, provide enough detail to not just to the DOJ to file an injunction, as well as a notice to the mayor who is responsible for ODPD, and a notice to ODPD that if they do that, in lieu of this investigation, in a document that would be sealed and only seen by the justice, you will be deleted. And by deleted, I mean, we will impeach you all, because...
What do we think the ETA from getting that docket ready is? And be real, I don't expect today.
No, you're to do it right, and this is the challenge, right? And this is why we really don't like this change.
Like a week.
It's gonna take a week, yeah. Because
Okay.
the thing is, once it goes up,
tirelessly working, and I'm gonna be very.
I know. I'm not expecting that great. No one's asking you to do that. Let's do real and expectable and reasonable.
It's gonna be a week, and between these guys getting sleep in, putting it all together, because once it goes to the docket, it may. I have to go based on the last impeachment we went through and corruption case. It's gonna be every day. Yo, dog, in an hour, do you want a pretrial hearing? Right. Now another one, and then Grayson's there, and he's like ranting and raving, and then there's another attorney, and then it's going to turn into a mess. Yeah,
because I think the hero play would be if the docket were ready, impossible, but I would want to fire him and put him on a hag halt. That's what I'd want to do for corruption, because then that way he is unable to be employed because he's stuck in prison, and we have a docket posting ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say about a week's time. Yeah.
You have 72 hours, so like maybe a week and a half. We have.
I think ambiguity is our ally here, and I think giving him any definitives is going to make it harder to do what we need. Because the reality is, unless you have that injunction, sealed justice docket, all of that ready, which it won't be for a week, then if we fire him, he is going to be able to just get rehired and have everything back with impunity whilst we're struggling to get everything done in time.
I mean, if he doesn't have access currently, I don't see any issue with maintaining status quo.
Technically, he has MDT access. There is he could come into MPD, like nothing's stopping him, right? I can't stop him from walking into the building and signing in.
I took his
Take
keys.
his access away.
You took
Yeah,
his
just take
keys?
access
I have
away.
his keys.
Okay,
yeah, I have
then
his
okay.
keys.
If his keys are
But
already
you have
taken,
to like you have to take the the back.
yeah, MDT
keys.
exit. If his keys are already
Mhm.
taken, we don't need to have a suspension discussion. Then that's fine. Then we're
Just
all
take
good.
the MDT
Status
access
quo.
as well. Just change it
Yeah.
to access removed, and
I just
The
realized.
only reason I didn't want to do that, Blunt, is because changing something without a discussion is the same as having the discussion. But if we've already taken his keys, then the status quo stays as it is. Like there's nothing to inform him of. The administrative leave stands, and that's that. No
You're
discussion.
just gonna have to take him off the sign-on list.
Yep.
Blunt, do you have bandwidth for this, and can you oversee this so that these guys know what they're doing
so
every
what
day?
exactly are the steps that's going to take a week? Because I'm confused about that timeline. What's going to take so long?
I'm saying a week because my background is project management and, being a, software architect. And usually when your engineers say they can get it done in 48 hours, it actually means about a week. And that includes reviews and any concerns that might get brought up that you may not be able to figure out in advance of, the due date. So I'm saying a week. So
what are in terms of the actual steps? We've got most of the evidence together. We need to now do the questioning of Frodo, or is there something we need in advance of the questioning of Frodo?
Yeah.
So the thing is we're also having to see how big is evidence tampering, though how big of the footprint is, because that we have to
the
go through
audit.
auditing
Okay.
process.
Yeah.
Because we have to go through
that's
each step, right? Because on top of going through the auditing process, then we have to make sure that I'll say this right now. There's going to be a minor step where we pretty much have to appease the Sanders, possibly get them on our side, and you guys might have to figure out how to
exactly
fight that fire, just so
Yep.
that we don't have our attention diverted away from that. So on top of auditing, we also have to do immediate firefights when they find out that evidence is fucked.
Yep. They're also you want to factor in also you're going to have to find a time to interview him, right? You need some space for that. But the big thing here is if this was a criminal, right? Our bar, this is going to sound a little strange, but our need to be precise, we can be a little bit looser because most criminals are not going to hyper fight something, right? With something like this, especially given that it's touching on some new areas like a fucking image account being deleted and all that, this entire docket posting needs to be airtight such that the reader of the docket, anyone in the city, the judge himself, can really walk through our logic and there are no gaps that only we understand, right? So
yeah, we have to expose as much context as possible because like Knight said, with it being a new territory with the images, they'll say, well, it could just be an accident. Well, that accident had this big of an impact. And we start listing every case that it's been touched. That is what we're going to need in court to keep things airtight.
Can I also suggest that probably a priority today needs to be documenting, taking photos of the fact that these are deleted, that the account has been deleted, because there is a possibility, folks, maybe someone could retrieve said account and then we look like fools. So we do need evidence that these photos are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Also, Gray, Friday is an important day. And
yeah, I'm going to need time for Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, Gray will not be available
I'll work on
those
it very
days.
lightly.
I'm not here on the weekend this week, so.
Yeah. So Gray, as you all know, his wife's funeral is on Friday.
What if someone got a hold of him and made him delete everything?
It's possible.
Then you should have reported
obviously
it to a law enforcement officer.
Well, I mean, there's obvious corroboration between him and.
But what if he was grabbed by the neck or something and forced to do it?
Well, I would hope he would tell us, and then we would look into that.
What if he was worried that we were going to say he did it to himself?
Well, he did. He did do this to himself.
I think he's referring to Pred saying that the EMS choked themselves.
I do. I understand.
Yeah. Yo, this crazy. Wow. I'm not joking about the class action thing, by the way, Blunt. I think once this is like sent and we get cycles, we should contemplate doing that. It may seem a little shitty because it's going to make him bankrupt as fuck, but there is no reason why any law enforcement agency, we effectively, like any other class action, have a means by which there's a ruling in which we're ripping him of his qualified immunity in advance of anyone that might file a civil suit over this. Because those images are gone.
Yeah.
Even on our existing shit. So hope to God he didn't process anyone that we hyper give a shit about outside of that docket case, which is going to be a shit show.
Yeah, we need to get that audit done.
And Ruby's statement as well, where she just said, you know, like maybe it could be recovered and they could use that to make us look like a fool. It needs to be clearly stated that even if that does happen, the Samantha Sanders case and all these things happening, like them being gone for a week or 5 days is just as damning as them being gone forever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That interfered with the investigation.
If someone comes up with that bullshit and a judge stand on that, I'm going to fucking just shoot him because...
Oh, I'll lose my hair if that happens.
It is the equivalence of going into an evidence locker, removing the photos, and being like, but I still got the photo somewhere. No, fuck you.
But also, like, on our phone, you'd think the phone company would be backing up the actual images sent over the phone.
No.
It really depends how much they want to spend on storage, and usually they don't like extra.
Wait, what phone company? Oh, no, guys. Guys, you know, when we take photos on our phone through this service, you are the sole owner of that. And if they gave it to you, guys, they would be getting the hugest lawsuit. Yeah. Well, that shit ain't coming back. I mean, there is a possibility that the account is simply locked, right? So, and maybe there may be a way to go the other way, but let's not talk about that right now. I think.
So plan of action is status quo for Frodo, not informing of everything. Admin leave stands, keys removed. MDT access, taken away temporarily from his perspective. And then we build the case, we get it ready to go, and it is pending the docket posting being ready, and then we have a bunch of options like the injunction or a hold or whatever we decide. But the docket posting needs to be done.
Yeah.
And we have Blunt supervising Jang and Gray, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are we extending administrative hold or are we changing it to suspended due to investigation?
I think we just leave it as is. And if he wants to come and speak to us, we'll deal with that when it is. Because right now it's a criminal investigation that offering him any rope, he could potentially utilize that to make the investigation harder and interfere further.
Yeah, I think
Agreed.
I think he's got the right one because even just interviewing Lucy, I mean, with the secret.
I mean, yeah, every person, every piece of information that we have given to almost everyone, except Omar Little, from my understanding.
Yo, Chad, how does every day get more insane?
And is most likely the catalyst for the images being deleted in the first place. Yeah. Us speaking about this and requesting things. I'm just trying to think like what sorry, I don't know to interrupt you. I'm just trying to think what oh, sorry.
No, go.
I just want to think what could he do to force our hand to have to terminate him? That's what I'm worried about. Is there anything that he could do that isn't inherently a crime, but would force us to have to escalate? That's what I'm trying to think on.
So here's the thing. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I want to keep Lucy on. And I'm borderline wanting to keep Paul. Now, if we go ahead and release the two of them, if we release the two of them, yeah. I can tell you right now that is going to rattle Frodo to no end, and he'll probably come in and quit.
Yeah, because he'll know he's on the chopping block.
Yes.
I think what can be done at that stage is a blunt.
You turn up our timeline. You arrest him at that point for the corruption, and you tell me I've got 72 hours and I worked my ass off.
No. We're not. No. That's a very dangerous move.
If it comes to that, though, I will.
No, if it comes, no, because brother, we went through a 2-month ordeal. I'm not going to let you guys go through that again. we go down the injunction route. The injunction does not need all the PC. It can be sealed document with enough information to indicate what is being investigated, and file the injunction and leave it to the DOJ. If the DOJ looks at that, because we have enough to, if we need to compile an injunction right now, we would have enough. And if a judiciary is like, nope, not enough, I'm going to be that guy and say, well, at that point, they're going to be liable for whatever comes afterwards. What do you think?
I mean, they might be
Feel
liable,
free to-
but we're the ones that are going to suffer the consequences. I'd rather just stick within the bounds of what we've got, and if it means I need to put a little of extra work and elbow grease into getting it done, then so be it. Like, there's not...
But if we file an injunction, right? An injunction to prevent his hiring into any government agency,
we're going to want a hearing on it.
With some of the stuff in here, do they have the right to a hearing?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be
Where?
like a probable cause review or something like that at that point?
Yeah.
If we got to that
I mean,
point.
if it goes on the docket, they're going to say they want to hear. I mean, you're saying you realize what we went through last time. Like, that
We
whole
didn't file
process
an
of the
injunction.
injunction is going to be more of a headache than just following the guidelines of what's actually prescribed there to us.
Well,
they're going to say we're coloring out the lines.
Explain to me with reference, if possible. If we file an injunction with preliminary information, which is requested to be sealed, the justices have the ability, including the request, that there would be no hearing, right? And that the
If they're willing
injunction
to
would
agree to that.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Well, yeah. I don't want to jump ahead here and say the justices are going to fuck us in the ass, but if at that stage they end up, saying like, "Oh my God, it's going to be a hearing and this and that," then we fucking pull it and then we do put it on a timeline. I do not want us foregoing speed run a docket case for 72 hours. That's just not going to happen because it's going to burn you. It's going to burn V. It's going to burn Jong. And anytime something is done with that speed, we end up regretting it. And if he does get hired somewhere else, like I said, we will impeach thereafter anyone that decided to look the other way.
Well, I do know that he is very good friends with EMS.
Yeah, I'm putting a hard line on that.
If he decided to
We're not doing this
quit while on
70 cowboy
administrative
shit.
leave, and I do know that
Yeah.
ODPD are only hiring shift 1 at the moment. Actually, they're not even hiring. They're not even hiring. They don't have an office yet. Nothing's built. No furniture. Then he will probably go to EMS. That's what I'm thinking.
He does have text messages with Savannah joking about that in the thing.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, Savannah said she was going to transfer ODPD, and she said he was going to transfer EMS. It's a joke, but times change and jokes become reality.
You know what's not a joke? Him telling Fred that he wants to be OP.
Yeah, I know.
That he's his chief still, no matter what.
Yeah, great. I'm with Ruby. The only thing is that Lucy and Paul, Lucy especially, Paul, I'm 95% on.
Cut them
Following
both
along
loose.
with him. No, they're getting cut loose, but I'm just trying to think like all that matters now is we're building a case and we need to try and navigate the most legally sound way for the paper trail, but then also not giving these people a window to exploit the law and get rehired elsewhere before, that's all I care about. They're all gone.
Yeah.
That is my decision, and that's final. But I just need to figure out a way for that to happen where people's rights aren't being infringed, but we're also not getting Frodo to completely be aware that he's
at
next.
Well state, like there is no. We can just tell them I don't like you.
No,
you're
I
fired."
don't care about their rights. I'm also talking. Do I trust these people to be on the out there policing? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Lucy and Paul, even though they may have been, they're definitely conspiring. I mean, everything. When you read these text messages, I believe Frodo and Bubba fully expected to take this entire bunch and go somewhere else. However, that's not illegal. Right? Well, it might be illegal, but I don't think it would win in court. Not with our
I think
laws.
I think you could swing corruption because they're
Do we
abusing their
think-
powers to benefit
We
themselves.
think with what we've seen, there's anything to charge Lucy and Paul on? Anything at all?
No,
Is that
I
even
think
a
they were drug.
possibility?
They were drug around. I don't think a flow chart of influences is.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
no
no.
clue what
They have no
Exactly.
clue what's
been in.
Okay.
going on.
Yeah.
So I can dismiss them based on the fact that they are not to be trusted and this, sequence of events. Fine.
Mm.
That's done. When do we do that in conjunction with Frodo's case?
I think you do
for
it
the
with
best
Frodo.
result?
I think
Yeah,
you keep
'cause
them
that's-
suspended pending this. They'll just, do whatever they do. It's not like they were coming around for sessions anyway. So I also searched their names up.
Yeah.
And then we drop the hammer at once.
I think we could get a subpoena on like Maxwell and Fred's phone.
I don't think we open
That's
that
a
envelope.
reach.
There's enough
Think
here
it's a
to go
reach.
after Frodo. The rest of it, while I do think that there's possibility of collaboration on this, that's something like, let's battle that thing afterwards if the weight is even there, right? Because you also don't want to, you have to think politically here as well. And what I mean by politically specifically here is you start itching at the other department, it is going to look like ODPD is being targeted. And now all of a sudden, I don't care who you are as a judge or a justice or whatever, that's going to be in the back of your mind, and that's the narrative that will be utilized. But
From
trust
PC
me from
standpoint-
experience, that is exactly what will happen. Is they knew they were coming, Frodo's coming to ODPD, and they decided to target us, right? And a judge may sympathize. It's happened before.
Yeah, I think it's better to focus on what we know. And if anything comes up that incriminates people further, that's when we can go that route. Because this isn't about departmental warfare. This isn't about the mayor or the state. This is about a person conspiring and then conspiring to do Lord knows what. But then when his lies get unraveled, he then commits blatant corruption in an attempt to cover his tracks. He committed a far worse crime when he was caught for being a snake. Like, he was going to get fired. Now he's going to get charged.
Mm.
Yeah, that's that's the angle we got to stick with, because if we start, building something that's way too big to chew, again,
Yeah, it's Frodo Daci's corruption case, and then the narrative is that he was caught up in this, I'm in control, he's moving all the pieces on the chessboard, and when it started unraveling, he panicked, and what he did is tried to cover his tracks, and in doing that, willfully or otherwise, he has basically made every case he's touched in however many months null and void, some of which intentional. The spheres was intentional, so it could be argued that all of it was. But the reality is that he fucking burnt evidence to a crisp to cover his ass, which we are now liable for.
Yeah.
Frodo's the one that y'all had me drive back to Mirror Park after the thing, right?
Yeah. Doesn't
Mhm.
seem like he's capable of something like this, right?
Well,
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, drive back to
Uh-oh.
Mirror Park? What is this?
Place him
do you
on the
remember y'all
After
had me
MRPD.
drive?
Yeah, follow him.
Yes.
Yeah, you had me drive him back to Mirror Park, and then you were like, follow him, and I was like, well, I already dropped him off at Maxwell's place. Sorry, I came in midway, so I probably missed a lot of this. You remember I was asking about the stolen car thing?
Yep.
Was it pointed out that he was in the car?
That's, from my understanding, that's just a claim. Like, I don't know if he's touched that car. We were just told that.
Well, I mean, apparently Joey Irons reported his car stolen on the day of the shooting, or when he shot and stabbed Bubba J, saying that Callista Bell stole the car. But then Callista has
There's a picture
message
of
to
Calista
Frodo.
and Frodo.
Oh
No.
Next to
Oh
Joey
my
Irons'
God, I
car.
didn't know about this. Holy shit!
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Calista
Yeah.
Bell and,
Okay.
and Frodo are in that
It's
picture.
a message from Bell. It's a
To Frodo.
selfie with Frodo
That's
and
what
Bell
that is?
standing on Joey Irons' car.
That's Joey's Iron. Holy shit!
Okay, so
Oh my
remember,
God.
these guys are fucking psychotic, right? There's something cooked with them. I don't think it's unreasonable to think that this is a part of some cooked plan. You know what I mean? Like he
So is
very much could have maybe complicit, like completely.
So is it possible that Joey's the one that shot Bubba then?
Oh, Joey did shoot Bubba.
Joey
we
mentioned
can't.
Bubba.
Yeah.
But who informed Joey of what Bubba did? And now let's get
There's calls
detective
between
here.
Joey and Bubba.
Now hear me out here. Frodo was the lackluster mastermind. In the span of an hour, Bubba was shot and then stabbed by two people that claimed they did it either for the department or because they liked the department. Both of those instances, Frodo has now shown not involvement in that particular day, but Amron has communicated about killing people that Bubba doesn't want, that Frodo doesn't mesh well with. And then Joey's come in and said that Frodo rather, was in possession of the car on that day. So Joey Irons shot Bubba, but the car and Frodo being there is the same type of coincidence of Amron stabbing him. Both of them same day within an hour. That's not something you can prove in court. There's no charge for that. But I think that it just supports this wider narrative.
Can someone do me a
scary
favor?
sense.
Hold on.
I'm
Can
also
someone do
going
me
to
a
point
favor?
out
Can someone pull up the time that report of Bubba being shot?
it was April 7 on GMT standard because that's what I put everything by. It was approximately April 7th at 01:47 GMT. I always use GMT because that's what the phone subpoenas come in as. So I also want to
Timeline
know.
matches up. He had a call
Yeah,
with
it's
Joey.
the same time. Yeah, it was right before.
No.
Also,
Yeah.
I want to point out that Joey messaged Frodo saying let's see, my vehicle better not be fucked up. And then Belle has a selfie after that she sends to Frodo of her and Frodo at his car, and then Joey reports his car stolen.
I'm gonna need more of this.
Hey, can I be real here,
Oh,
guys? You know, let's
what?
just have him quit. He's gonna be in ODPD in 30 days anyway. So, I feel like we're just
He
spinning.
will never be able to get this expunged. He
No,
will
no,
always be a convicted
I
felon.
know. I'm just dark humor or whatever it's called. You know.
You're saying he's gonna be the Trojan horse
Yeah,
that wins us the war.
My head is spinning.
It's
I mean, is it though? The people that he looks up to quite literally went into a cave, murked their captain. When their chief came in, tried to cover it all up, and then tried to get information about the investigation, and then subsequently choked out a fucking EMS in order to get to one of the witnesses. I mean, this guy's just trying to, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's been waiting for this day. You know what I mean? I mean, damn, part of me thinks that he deleted this shit to be like, I want corruption. And then I'm going to join the ODPD.
I wouldn't put it past.
I'm going to wear that shit on bad.
You want to know something that's funny? He, right now, a couple of minutes ago, he posted a twat of his bank account having $47 million in it.
That's not true.
And but the minute I'm leaving here, I'm checking the state of the PD budget just in case.
What?
Wait.
Because just what Brian said then, I think he might have done this for the charge. Listen, he twatted out 20 minutes ago $47 million. I did the math. That's 14,000 hours of police work. That's not possible.
I feel like he has twatted that out before. I've
never seen it personally. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I will be checking the budget.
Is anyone in contact?
No, hell no.
All right. Who's Yo.
Who?
I think this was debunked, wasn't it?
It could just be Photoshop.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, Cabo.
I think we should, Capo. Simbo, Jutton.
That's the one.
Hey, Gray, maybe Key, you don't know. I'm going to ask
I've seen him twat something like this before.
Gray, I'm going to ask a weird question.
Oh, God.
See if you can remember Who was Frodo's mentor?
Bobby Charles.
Bloody hell.
What?
Yes, that's the truth. I know that. That's true.
I wasn't sure at first. Okay, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so as soon as we get the audit done, which is really the key part of what the bulk of the effort's going to be, the only thing that would happen after that we would need to do before getting the docket posting ready would be the interrogation of him. So if he comes in to quit, I'm going to start getting this audit done like ASAP. We're going to try to crank it as quickly as possible without overkill.
Can I just have the TLDR? Do we want to do docket cases and reports? What do we...
It should all be in an incident and collated such that it can be reviewed by the collective.
Yes, but do we want to look at docket cases and incident reports?
Everything. So docket cases, incident reports. I think we also do a subpoena of MDT profile changes to see all of the profiles that he's put suspect photos in for. I think that should be somewhat able to be done.
I agree. I'm going to be real with you too, Blunt. I think given what is here and given that we'll have probable cause for corruption, that opens then the door. Everything should be run, including weapon logs, armory logs, right? Full gamut.
Chief can do armory logs. I can ask for that.
Yeah.
Or Key can ask for that. Not a problem. But Blunt, can you just go back to what you were saying? Because literally Key and we need to go tonight and deal with 2 people immediately.
Okay.
Otherwise, tomorrow is just going to not be good for us. We have shift 2 meeting. We have a bunch of new people that we're trying, we're going to have to explain some things to some people.
Okay.
Are you talking about the 2 cadets?
Yes.
Lucy and Paul.
I thought we wait until the docket to suspend them or fire them, or no.
That means they're operating as cops.
Oh, suspend them. Oh, yeah.
Are we happy with that? Like that I've been looping it, but are we happy suspending them given the fact that Frodo's going to be made aware, and then Frodo's access is also removed?
The thing is, though, like we explain, it's gonna raise flags anyways because we explain that like DAPS as a PPO or like suspensions as a PPO is a bad thing. It probably won't happen. You'll just be fired straight up.
Well, yeah, but this is a little bit different, right? So, so obviously the key here is that if anyone is fired or given anything too much, it's gonna be they're gonna freak out. They're gonna start doing what they're worse than what's already happened. The other approach, instead of actually doing a suspension and say, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with going with them and saying, hey, given that, there's an investigation over these things, we don't want you to get looped into it, so we're just going to keep you suspended until the investigation's open. That's dramatically different than suspending someone over wrongdoing, right? This is a suspension in which they are involved in, which is not that different than, let's say you're on the scene where you saw your friend cop die, right? You might get suspended for 24 hours, or you're sick, or any one of those things. As long as the phraseology, the way that it's conveyed is, hey, this is probably best for everyone while this investigation is undergoing.
All right, we'll work that out. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought they were already suspended.
No, they're not. They're not. Because basically yesterday, they have been on the chopping block to be terminated. And the only reason they are still hired, from my perspective, is because we have been utilizing the information that we can get from them, and making a big call could have been the catalyst for Frodo to delete every photo he's ever uploaded. Right? Like that's the type of thing. I didn't want to fire them because then he knew he was next. Then he could have quit, ODPD, this, that, and the third. It just turns out he did that first. And the truth is I'll make it clear, they are terminated.
Lucy might be an accessory.
Exactly. I did ask. I said, does anybody think that they are in any way legally chargeable as a criminal?
We have the PC. I don't know if we'd win in court, but it just occurred to me that Lucy immediately started making contact and has conversations about the interrogation.
She spoke with the shooter and then informed the deleter and the corruptioner that her phone was subpoenaed, more than likely, giving him a reason to believe that those photos would be leaked, giving him justification to delete the photos. So the thing about that, though, is I just don't know the odds of us winning that in court.
It'd be
But
very low.
The fact remains is it all loops back to Lucy and Paul terminated because, quite frankly, they just can't be trusted given their Frodo's influence. Like, that's the bottom line.
I agree. I think the going back to we can only do so much, right, is we'll focus on Frodo. I want to be clear here, too, because, Blunt, you did mention the 72 hours. If we get it together in 72 hours, say, come Monday, yeah, let's fucking gun it, right? But the main point is we have 7 days. Let's do it as quickly as possible, but not plan for 7. You get what I'm saying? If we can get it done in 3, that's fantastic.
And if we're forced, we can.
Yes. Once that's all together and we've set this, then let's look at the onion and be like, okay, do we have the bandwidth to then go after these other 2? Is there enough there? Just so we don't spread ourselves then.
All right, final confirmation then. If I terminate Lucy and Paul because we deem it necessary, is there any chance that that could affect any charges we might or may not levy against them?
Yeah. I'd say if you fire them, you are going to definitely make Frodo think it's worse than it is and quit. I mean,
You're
listen,
right
you know,
now or eventually.
Yeah, you mean right now or eventually?
I'm saying, you know, let's say, listen, we're planning on doing hiring tomorrow, and I'm also planning to have a meeting where we basically address what's been going on in ways that people can understand so we can move forward and not just push it under the rug. I'm planning on doing like a rallying speech and just saying, hey, new cadets are here, old cadets are there. The department's better than it's ever been. We move forward. And basically just ignore the fact that these people are just, you know, fired or charged criminally. And I just need to know if we decide to terminate them for the good of the department, is that going to negatively affect the case? That's
Once
all.
The charges have been filed against Frodo, no. But prior to, it should just be a suspension.
Yeah.
I would say there would be no harm into waiting till the docket posters are there, because that would ruffle the least amount of feathers. Just simply having interviews with them, Frodo's went this far. For me, even a suspension, he would probably go nuclear, to be honest.
And that's why we just have to be prepared. If he does go nuclear, we need to get the audit done sooner rather than later, so that if push comes to shove and it becomes necessary, we can arrest him on the corruption, which will start a timer. But we need to get moving.
Okay, then I need someone.
Let's start working.
One of us 3 needs to make a Google Doc, share it with us, so we can start just plopping things in there.
Yeah, let's not waste time. Me and Ruby are going to go out there and handle what we need to handle. And I'm going to do the best I can to make sure that we prioritize everything we need to. But like Blunt said, at a certain point, things might happen that force us to act, and we're just going to have to do our best.
Yep.
All right.
Just so you know, marshals, apparently there's a doctor that is in possession of cocaine.
Yeah, I saw some of that. I mean, listen, man, like cocaine, not our like, I mean, it's bad, but it's like, okay, someone does some coke, yeah, it's illegal, but there's such bigger fish.
It's not illegal to do, it's just illegal to possess.
Oh my god, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yeah,
Emergency. I need you guys. I need some of